How's it going, guys? In this video we're going to be taking a look at the NECA Predator Elder the Golden Angel Ultimate figure depicted from the Dark Horse comic Predator 1718. So as you can see, the artwork here is basically it's depicting some of the artwork from that comic. So let's go ahead and dive right in. We'll get a quick look around the box, we'll get them opened up and get a better look at the figure. So as I mentioned, the artwork here, really dig the artwork here. I really like the artwork that NECA did for this cover here. On the side, we have a shot from the comic, I believe. This is actually taken from that Predator 1718 comic. Got the Predator logo, Elder, the Golden Angel Ultimate Edition, NECA Real Toys logo. On the back, several photo shots of the figure. On the other side, just the Predator logo in big letters. And then, as you can see, sort of in the background, you see some of the comic panels from that comic, the Predator 1718. NECA Real Toys, and then it's a profile shot of the figure, and then there's the figure itself. Very nice, guys. Really dig the look of this, the coloring of this. So yeah, let's get them opened up and get a better look at the figure. Alright, guys, so let's go ahead and get right to it. So for starters, I have to say, really dig the look of this one. I am a huge fan of the Greyback that was released last year, but I'm really digging this one too. I love the green coloring on his that NECA used for the color palette for this guy. Just so vibrant, looks really nice, and he's got a lot of cool accessories too. He's not he's a little bit more stripped down than what we see with Greyback. I feel like Greyback has a lot more to him. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the head articulation. Head does rotate all the way around. I do have to say, be careful with the necklaces, because he has like quite a few necklaces here that are soft plastic. So I can see them getting caught, as you might have seen when I was turning the head. As for the biomask on this guy, really enjoy that. The eyes really pop, the red, and I love the design. This is his, I believe, his original design from the comic. But really solid. Really dig that sort of like steampunk industrial look. As for the arms, unfortunately the arm doesn't come 90 degrees up because of two things. One, the shoulder armor here hinders that, and these little soft plastic tubes that are here, these also cause an issue with trying to get the arm rotated all the way around. As you can see, it's already pulling there. There is a swivel at the upper bicep, but again, as you can see, it's pulling on the tubing already. Same here. If there is a double joint in the elbow, but as you can see, when you start bending it, it's pulling this tube on the back. So I'd be very careful with that, guys. Doesn't seem to be any rotation here at the forearm or anything. There is rotation in the wrist, and the other cool thing about the gauntlet does open up to show the detonation on the gauntlet. So that's pretty cool that NECA gives that functionality of the control panel there for the gauntlet. I thought that was nice. As for the other arm, this arm actually does give you a little bit more movement. Does come up still kind of stiff, so I'd be very careful with that. I'm not gonna have a video fill, but the arm does rotate all the way around. There is rotation at the upper bicep. There is rotation at the wrist, but as you can see, the gauntlet blades kind of hinder that movement a little bit. Double joints in the elbow, and the gauntlet blades do actually come out further, so you can push them back in. As for the torso does have some rotation. I would be very careful with this belt here, and I can't tell, no it's not, but this belt feels like it's a separate piece, so be very careful with that. I noticed in turning it, it kind of gets a little hung up there. The other thing I want to point out that it's pretty cool is he has his sheath back here. Really solid, and when we get into the accessories, I will show you what that's for. That's part of one of the accessories. But as for the leg does doesn't come up 90 degrees, more than likely because of the armor here on the thigh. Leg does sort of come up forward. More than likely it's stiff just from being out of the box. Does come back fairly well. Double joints in the knee. There is rotation up here at the upper thigh, but it's also hindered by the armor there and by the cloth here, his loin cloth or whatever. No rotation in the knee. There is rotation in the foot, and there is a good swivel back and or side to side, and the foot does go back and forth fairly decently. I did notice he does have like sort of like sandals on. I don't know if the camera picks it up well enough. As for the other leg does come up a little bit better, but still I think the loincloth here and the armor kind of hinder that movement a little bit. This leg doesn't go too far. He can't do the splits because of the armor here on the leg, on the thigh. Thigh does have some rotation at the top. Double joint again in the knee. There is rotation in the foot. And the foot does have a nice side to side swivel and has a decent front back motion. So let's go ahead and get him off to the side, and we'll go ahead and get a better look at his accessories. So for starters, guys, he comes with two sets of hands. One is a closed-fisted hand, and the other is a gripping hand. Both of these look really cool. Really dig the color on these. The green really pops. The yellow also really pops really well on these hands. As you can see, the nails, the black really pops on that as well. Really dig the level of detail that NECA put into the hands here. I don't know if the camera picks it up well enough, but you can see like the almost like the skin, the creases on the skin or the wrinkles on the skin. Very nice. I do have to say, I think it's kind of interesting the way the gloves look. As you can see here, the glove is a little bit more, it's got a little more to it, whereas this is a little bit less. So I'm not sure if that's just a QC issue or if that's how the figure, I'd have to compare it to the hands he has by default for the right hand, sorry. But yeah, really solid, guys. Really dig these. Up next, guys, he comes with two smart discs. He comes with a closed smart disc, and he also comes with an open smart disc. So really dig the detail on these, as I've said in other Predator figures. I love the coloring on these. This is more like a gold copper color. Got a nice little wash to it, like it's kind of weathered and worn a little bit. But as you can see, I love the way that NECA puts that level of detail where you can see the difference in the little gear or the mechanism of you know, from how it looks closed to how it looks open. Really think NECA really knocks it out of the park with their accessories for sure. Up next, guys, he comes with a plasma caster. Now this plasma caster I think is really nice looking. I love the coloring on this. I think it's really solid. I love the level of detail that NECA put into this. Like I said, very steampunkish in the colors and the just the design of it. Really like it. I would be careful with this. This is a soft plastic tube, so more than likely, if you're not careful, this could snag and get pulled out. But really love the detail on this. I don't know if the camera, like I said, I don't know if the camera picks it up well enough, but you see the little hints of silver throughout, and I really dig that. I think NECA really knocked it out of the park. On this one, he actually has the, if you remember the movie, he has a laser actually mounted on his shoulder mounted cannon. So really solid, guys. There's just some nice movement here. You can kind of turn it and stuff like that. Now, if you've seen any of my other Predator videos with the plasma caster, what you would do is you get the figure, and right here on the back there should be this little notch here. So easiest way to put this on is, you see the little lip there, you would just basically hook the lip in, and then you just kind of slide it into the shoulder on the top. Up next, guys, he comes with a sword, a more futuristic sword, and I love the coloring on this. It has a more of a futuristic steampunk type otherworldly aesthetic to it. I really dig that. The other thing too, as I mentioned before, he has the sheath on the back, on his back. So with that, this sword does come apart. So you just pop this off, and then what you'll do is you'll get the figure, and then on the back you just holster the sword. So in the story of the Golden Angel, he actually gets the flintlock pistol in the story from Raphael Adolini. I won't go too much into the story for it. If anything, you can check it out online or look it up or something like that. But I really love the detail on this. I don't know if the camera picks it up well enough. I will say very, very solid coloring. You can barely see that it says Raphael Adolini on there. Trying to see if the camera picks it up well enough. Can't really tell on there. More than likely just because it's like so small. I mean, this is also an older figure, by the way. I didn't mention earlier, this figure originally was released in 2019. This figure here is actually a re-release that came out in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. But really dig the detail on this, really solid. The handle looks nice, the coloring, the little detail that it does have. And this is a bit of a soft plastic here with the flintlock. So that's really solid, really nice, but I would be very careful with that because I could see that breaking. Up next, guys, we have one of two extra head sculpts. The first head sculpt is a more traditional biomask, which is really, really solid. I love the coloring on this. This has a gold, copper, or like a dirty gold type look to it, hence the name of this Predator Golden Angel. Really, really love the color on this. The eye color there, the red really pops. The green, you can see the green coming out of the sides there. Just solid head sculpt all the way around. I like this biomask. And lastly, guys, we have a unmasked head sculpt. Really, really love the detail on this. The greens and yellows really pop on this guy. Just the attention to detail that NECA puts into this is just nice. I like the crown. I mean, all these are basically the same head sculpts minus like a few details. Like the crowns, they always do a great job of differentiating that. The coloring on these. Even I like how they kept with the same the earring on the mandible, or the yeah, I guess the piercing on the mandible there for the Greyback. I really, really dig that. And yeah, it's just functionality is just great. Finally, guys, I wanted to bring in Greyback to compare the two figures. As you can see, both figures have a really different color palette, different sword, different, I mean, more accessories. This guy definitely has way more accessories on him going for him as opposed to the Golden Angel. The color palette that NECA used for both of these is very different, but very incredible. Clearly you could see that this is the older version of Greyback, hence the name Greyback, and whereas the Golden Angel is just the younger version of him. Really, really solid, guys. I really loved this figure for sure. Getting him out of the box, I was just absolutely floored. So that about wraps it up for this video, guys. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the figure. Are you a fan of Predator 2? What do you think of the differences between both figures? As I said before, I feel that that Greyback has a lot more going for him around the figure as opposed to Golden Angel, but I was really, really impressed with the way Golden Angel turned out. Really, really solid figure. Of the two releases, which is your favorite? Which is your least favorite? And just so you know, I did pick this guy up from the last toy store. They had a great deal going on. I think it was like one of their daily deals, and I was able to pick him up at a great price. So if you haven't checked them out, definitely check them out. I will leave a link in the description. If you haven't already, head over to Night Owl Movie Talk. I did do recently a commentary watch along for Predator 2. I'll leave a link below in the description so you can check out that video. It was a lot of fun. I think it's gonna beat the Arnold Schwarzenegger, the first Predator. Nothing's gonna beat that. But Predator 2 is really good. And if you haven't checked it out already, check out Prey on Hulu. Solid third entry in the Predator franchise, at least in my opinion. Finally, guys, if you're new to the channel, feel free to like, share, subscribe. If you're not new to the channel, thanks again for coming back and for the continued support, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Until then, we'll see you in the next video. Take it easy, guys, and have a good one.